If your goal this year is returning to the person that you were before you met your narcissistic abuser,
or maybe a stronger version of that person,
then Melissa and I would love to share our tactics and some secrets that we used to become the person that we had dreamed of becoming and sharing our life with someone special. Now, these steps we actually took, documented, and are easy for anyone to follow. So we'd love to share those with you.
There are actually 10 actionable steps that, like John said, anyone can follow it, and it will make a world of difference in your life, because you deserve to live the life of your dreams. Well, one of the things that I did that really, really helped me clear the toxic thoughts out of my head, because they were holding me back. I kept living in the past. I kept reliving these things over and over. Self-blame, doubt, shame, humiliation, heartache, regret.
Right.
Absolutely. So one of the things that literally pulled me out of that was journaling.
Right.
If you watch our videos, you know how passionate I am about this. This is the actual journal that I use. And it lets me start my day by, one, being grateful. What am I grateful for? We all have something to be grateful for. And when you're grateful and you say it every single day, your outlook on life completely changes. So that is a powerful step. Journaling, negative thoughts, positive thoughts, but making sure you always write something that you're grateful for.
And you're actually writing your truths down every single day and purging your mind of those negative, toxic thoughts that plague you in this situation.
They also remind you of what you went through.
Right.
So you don't forget, so you can have your eyes open and your mind open for potential red flags that you may run into while you're getting to your best life.
Like Melissa said, writing down things that we're grateful for every single day. What an amazing practice to get into. But we live with an attitude of gratitude. And it's hard to be mad at the world or upset about your past or whatever the case may be if you're living in an attitude of gratitude.
One of the things John is religious about is meditating.
Right.
So why don't you just tell, what you've gotten from
That's
meditation?
another part of my morning routine, along with journaling, is going just through a 10-minute meditation. It's guided. I wear my headphones. It's a YouTube channel that I listen to called Boho Beautiful. Just phenomenal backgrounds, waterfalls, rainforests, what have you. And they talk you through and guide you through the meditation. Again, it's only 10 minutes, but what a great way to start your day. And it really helps you to be more positive through the day.
Absolutely. And when you're clearing toxic thoughts out of your head, you are making room for positive creativity. So you can think clearly. You can make educated decisions. And the past is not chains. We were all chains of our past. And that's what this is all about, is breaking free from the chains of your past.
But let's go to another important step. Support groups.
Oh gosh, yes.
It's so important to be part of a support group, because you know what? Your friends and family are going to get to the point where they're tired of hearing about your story and about your situation, about your history. And honestly, they don't really know how to guide you from this point of healing.
Especially if they've never lived it.
Right, if they've never experienced it. They really, really can't guide you. So wouldn't it be good to be around a group of like-minded people who have been through it and recovered and understand how to guide you? And it
makes you feel less alone and less isolated. That's one of the main drawbacks of being in an abusive relationship, is they keep you from your loved ones. They keep you from your support group, because isolation makes you easier to control. So breaking free of that isolated feeling, knowing you're not alone. Our community of warriors and our private Facebook group are lifelines to so many people. We have almost 1,000 people there, and they lift each other up. We share stories, we share successes, we share heartaches. It makes you feel like you've got friends that are so close to you and so supportive and care about you when you were torn away from any of that during your narcissistic abusive relationship.
It's 24/7 support too.
Yes,
anytime, night or day, that you are struggling with your recovery or regrets or whatever baggage you're carrying, self-doubt, anything that you're dealing with, you can just go right in and typically with that many people that are part of the group, someone's going to respond pretty quickly and help guide you through whatever. And it may be Melissa or
Absolutely. We're in it all the time.
Right.
And you'd be surprised how many people know exactly what you're going through,
Right.
because they're going through the exact same thing right now too.
Right.
I mean, it's like finding kindred spirits.
Right.
I promise you, it makes all the difference in the world. We have heard from so many of our members that this group has been their lifeline,
Right.
that they actually feel they're making lifelong friends who completely understand how they're feeling and are holding their hand and pulling them out of that quicksand that sometimes we feel like we're stuck in.
Now, another great thing about our private Facebook group is that it's private. You can't
Anonymous.
find it
Yep.
on Facebook, right? So you have to use our link to get to there. We just want really good, like-minded people, like Melissa said.
And it's a safe environment
Right.
where you can say anything you want, you can vent, you can be angry, you can be happy.
Right.
But it's a safe space
Right.
for you
so
to feel
let us know
supported.
in the comments if you want the link. Now we're going to go into more detail about how important this is and how to get there in our upcoming webinar that we're going to talk about in just a minute. So please stay tuned to that. Now we've talked about two things. We've talked about journaling and meditating.
Yep.
We've talked about joining a support group. So let's talk about number 3. You know, this is so important because what did you have in your life before you met your narcissist and they took it away from you? What was your passion? Was it singing? Was it dancing? Was it hiking? Was it fitness? Melissa's was painting, and she didn't paint for years and years because of her narcissist. So she was able to uncover that and reclaim her passion of painting, which is such an amazing thing. So what were you passionate about that your narcissist took away from you? Now we're going to talk about some action items to help you find that passion and get back to it. Let's
Yes.
talk about that just a bit, babe.
Well, in our upcoming live webinar, we talked about the actionable steps, exercises, daily activities that you can put in place that's going to retrain your brain to stop living in the past so you can move forward with the life of your dreams. Now, in that, this is just a few of the handouts that are in the workbook. The workbook,
Going to be a lot of information for you.
completely free resources, a workbook that you can use every single day, and it will actually lead you to that life that you want. It will get you out of the past. It'll help you discover your passion. If you don't even know what that passion is because you feel so broken, these will help you start from the beginning and go right through these steps, and before you know it, you'll be like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I gave that up. Now I get it back. So it's very, very usable steps. They're easy to follow. It's hand-holding, it's guidance, it's resources, and these steps are exactly what we took.
Right.
Separately before we even met each other. But it made us whole, it helped us recover, it turned us into stronger versions of ourselves, and that's how we met. So we met after we had healed, and we shared so many stories about this, and that's what this whole thing is all about.
So today we've talked about just 3 of those steps. In our webinar, we're going to cover all 10. And so we're really excited about this. The webinar is this Sunday, the 28th, at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Now we're going to put the registration link down below into the description. So be sure to register. We don't have that many seats left. So if you haven't registered yet, please go down, click on the link, register for this webinar. It's called New Year, New You.
Breaking free of the chains of your past, and you don't want to miss this.
Yeah.
So please make sure you save a seat for yourself.